what's up with me? So Jeremiah. Now, if you're wondering why I haven't made two tech videos the last week, it's because my editing system, my computer pretty much leaked half of my stuff. Now, if you want more of that story, you should go to Instagram, but the store is gone. But that's why, if you don't know, I'm on Instagram, Jeremiah MC, and then boom, I'm the person with the mask because of the thing. Because I was about to go to a store that was actually say you need to wear a mask. I didn't feel like to, but mandatory procedures just to get in the store. So with me, Jeremiah, there's the outside, the birds and all that stuff. With me, Jeremiah, I have made my backup plan because I still cannot install my editing system as I showed when I'm gonna show you right this clip why I can't install it and why it won't install. It will download but not install. Show the clip. My password, I'm gonna show you proof. See, it goes away that quickly. So that's the problem with Fomora. I don't know if it's my computer, but with Fomora, it just goes. With me, Jeremiah, and here I'm gonna show you proof why it's not working. Your Fomora 9 installer will start downloading automatically if it doesn't restart the download. When you download, it's complete run the Fomora 9 installer. So I'm gonna press restart download. That's not on the bottom screen. Let me click again. Clicking it. It's downloading the file. The file is open. After showing that clip of why I can't install it, because you see, every time when I click download, it works. Download the file, but never install. It just goes like this, and I don't click nothing. I did it a bunch of times. I tried to ask YouTube, Google. I didn't ask Siri yet, but maybe I should try that. I'll still try to get it back, but I'm gonna use my backup. It's not gonna be the best. It might not be editing the best, but I'm gonna keep learning the backup for now, and then I'll have two more backups. The other backup is the first backup right now that I'm using is using the app Fomora Go, which is another one, but I still have the watermark instead of having no watermark. So yeah, the thing is, yeah. But I didn't just came here to just tell you all that story because this is a tech YouTube video to replace the other 2 weeks. Sorry I couldn't do it, but this is another one. And yep, today's the May and stuff. But I'm not gonna talk about Corona. I'm talking about tech. So today I want to share this video that's really good from unboxing therapy. Now this is an iPhone. His video title is Apple iPhone SE versus the $400 Android smartphone. Now this is like a comparison. I'm not gonna spoil the video, but what I'll say, I'm gonna give you a little clip since this video is about 22 minutes and 55 seconds. I'm looking at it because I don't remember exactly. So yep, with me, the Jeremiah. Thank you for watching this on a Monday. And yeah, when the school's online school's almost over, let's go. I even have twice the more time, but I still got twice the more time with no school. So let's see on to the video of who later. $400 comparison versus the iPhone SE, which everybody's already getting. And yeah, let's do this. Pretty nice out here, but it's pretty grayish. That's why the background is, you know, you can see gray and all that stuff.
So I've made a couple videos so far on this device on the left hand side. That is, of course, the new iPhone SE, iPhone SE 2020. One stating the pros, one stating the cons, just to showcase how polarizing this particular device has been within the tech community. It's obviously much different when compared to the approach that other manufacturers take to their budget model devices. A common request that's been sent my way after those videos have been published. People out there listening to some of the cons with the device, the antiquated design, and so on, and then saying, well, if I do have $400 or around $400 to spend on a smartphone, and if I am willing to consider the Android space, then what am I looking at, Lou? What should I be considering, or what does a $400 Android equivalent device look like if I'm willing to cross shop? And so that's where these two devices come in today. Today I have the Samsung A51 and A71. The A series from Samsung is their budget lineup. Well, depending on where you are in the world, could be considered mid-range, but certainly in North America, this is squarely in their budget offering, and they've only recently made the AC. You're going to notice a pretty massive difference, and it's probably the biggest difference between these various offerings. The A51, A71, they look a lot more like their flagship equivalent device. In fact, if I bring over, this is a Galaxy S20 Ultra, and I just put it, if I just add it to the pile here. Yeah, so when you put these devices together, I mean, there's some cohesiveness, and you don't really feel like a second-class citizen picking up the A series compared to the S series. Now, of course, there are differences. There are some improvements that you get stepping up to the S series, including better processing, a faster device, bigger battery, more camera modules, higher resolution display, and so on. But at least the main sort of component that you stare at on your smartphone, the display, at least that's still an AMOLED display, and you have the same hole punch, and you sort of feel like you're part of the... You're at least a little bit closer to flagship territory in the design and aesthetic of the device. So it's important to note that the price of these two devices on the right-hand side, it does fluctuate a little bit because they are readily available. They're available on Amazon. You can purchase them outright, but more carriers in North America have also began to sell them in stores and even subsidize them or sell them at a lower rate in certain circumstances. So the A51, the one in the center here, the smaller of the two, supposedly retails for the same price as the iPhone SE 2020, $399. But at the time of recording this video, if you head over to Amazon, it's listed at $283, so substantially less than $399. Now, granted, there are different versions of this thing. You can catch a deal on it, whereas the iPhone's gonna be right at that $400 for a long time, for the foreseeable future, unless you get some sort of refurbished deal. 283 Samsung devices compared one-to-one. They're bigger displays, nicer displays. Obviously, there's no bezels there. They happen to be AMOLED. They are higher resolution as well. They have a higher PPI. Funny enough, the device in the middle, the A51, has the highest PPI. This is a 6.5-inch display coming in at 2400 by 1080, which gives you 405 PPI. The device on the right, a little bit bigger, but the same resolution, so 393 PPI. And then on the low end of the spectrum, 326 PPI, 1334 by 750 resolution on the iPhone's LCD. So it just makes sense to start the comparison with the displays, considering that's what you look at straight away. Now, flipping the devices around, the story gets a little bit different in the camera department, because obviously, in the case of the iPhone, you've only got a single camera module. There's no camera versatility. But Samsung, on the other hand, they give you some versatility in the camera section, including some various lens options, which again is more similar to what they do on the flagship level. So you sort of feel like you're in the same conversation, even though you're spending substantially less on your phone. Like, it's a kind of a crazy comparison. This phone, this S20 Ultra is like $1,400, and then you have these two devices, which are essentially $1,000 cheaper, or $1,100 or $1,200. It's kind of crazy, actually. You start to look at flagships differently when you run these comparisons, and you think to yourself, man, those improvements at the flagship level, they're fairly incremental by comparison when you start to look at the displays on the A-series devices from Samsung. Now, versatility is kind of going to be the theme in addressing these two products on the right-hand side. Apple, on the other hand, with the tight-knit ecosystem and the 5-watt power brick in the box, this is not a versatile product in that sense. It's kind of exactly what you expect. It's simpler, giving you what you need, and in some cases, a superior version of what you need, but not a lot of extra on top of it. So it's the 5-watt power brick. That's not versatile. It's the lightning connector, obviously far less versatility compared to USB Type-C. It's a single camera module, less versatility. This doesn't have a headphone jack. These two do, less versatility. These have expandable storage. You got to pay Apple a fortune to expand your storage. So you get where I'm coming from here. I think this is the sort of simple, powerful choice. These two sort of check more boxes in the spec department. Now, another thing to note when it comes to the construction here, these devices look really nice, but they are not made out of the same premium materials that the flagship level stuff is. These are plastic backs. Now, me feeling it here, it's not a huge deal breaker. It feels like glass, even though it's plastic. It's obviously not ideal and not